Hey Hillary, how you doing? Okay, just reading through your work here, and one thing I want to address is this: the holographic imagery is, of course, more advanced and something that would be found in the auto industry today. Not yet, at least. It's on the way. Absolutely, it's on the way. I saw a video the other day of a holographic circus. It was crazy, but it was crazy. I mean, the technology has come so far, so it's right around the corner. The reason I'm bringing this up is because I think for the scope of this class, and we're really trying to dive and take this deep dive technique to its maximum potential. For that reason, and I mentioned this the other day, and I mentioned that, let's forget about current technology right now and really let's just start really planning. And that's very relevant in the deep dive challenge. It's very relevant in this technique. Now, for the scope of this class and what would happen in the real world, you're correct that the technology isn't 100% yet. So it's likely that we wouldn't find a configurator via holographic imagery or a hologram technology. We wouldn't find that today or tomorrow in a car dealership. But let's not preclude that from our deep dive immersion because the technology is around the corner. Plus, I really just want you guys to understand that this is about stretching your imagination, stretching your creativity, and really starting to explore avenues that are feasible, maybe not implement today or tomorrow, but definitely feasible for the near future. Now, in the real world, the holograph wouldn't launch because of, as you said, the technology isn't there. But hopefully that we're seeing the scope of this class is to just really explore the deep dive technique. So I'm perfectly fine with the holograph concept. Let's jump over to, and I just want to make that specifically clear because in the HCT IDEO design toolkit, and you'll read in there, and I don't know if you've read the whole thing. It's an easy read. I read it. I actually read it in one sitting. It's 98 pages, I think, but it reads so quickly, and it's such an easy read. It's a pleasurable read too. So, but the reason I'm bringing this up is because you will notice that in one of the sections in the HCT toolkit, uh, indicates that yes, we do need to determine what technology is available. But like I said, for the scope of this class, let's just go ahead and assume that holographic technology is fully functional at this point. And I say that because this is a great idea. I'm sorry, this one, it's a great idea. I'll talk about that in a second. Let's go ahead and take a look at Super Kiosk concept number one. This is a really great idea. So you're in the comfort of your own home. But don't forget that at the end of the day, this is a vehicle configurator. Okay, so adding the ability to configure your purchase from to configure the vehicle from the comfort of your own home is a great is phenomenal. It really points to the future of auto sales. I definitely believe that, and based on your writing, you do too. So pushing this concept of ordering at home is a great idea. However, don't forget the interface does have to be a configurator. So you configure from this is the way I see it. So you configure the automobile from your own home, right? Then when you get the 360 view, you can change all of the options, maybe even looking at financing options since you're purchasing from home. So really, if you look into financing and all of the options available, yes, you select your vehicle. Now, at that point, it probably would be feasible to go into a dealership and say, hey, I'd like to test drive this vehicle. It's not going to be the exact vehicle that you have configured, but I'm certain that they can come close. And even if the closest dealership doesn't have that vehicle, the one maybe with the 20-inch wheels or whatever, the motor that you selected, etc., um, you could get close from a different competitive dealership in maybe test driving a car that's close to the model you've selected. Once you test drive it, yes, you go back to the comfort of your own home, you can order it online, right? And that's really a great innovative approach. Super Kiosk concept number two, holographic projection, excellent. Touch screen systems. Now, don't forget to mention, where is this located? This would have to be located at the dealership, right? Um, and I think the interesting thing here is it would give the viewer the ability with the holographic projection. I mean, I'm not real sure where the origin of the projection would come from, but as you have the holographic projection, you can actually walk up and look at it up close. As long as you're not interfering with the projection, I think that would work. I'm not an expert on hologram technology, but that seems to me like it would be feasible. So you can get an up close look at the vehicle at life size from theoretically from 360 degrees, right? Okay, so that's a good one too. Okay, kiosk concept number 3. Now this is using their phones. So as I was saying, so this, don't forget now, this is the demographic that loves using their phones, and that's huge because, yeah, there are definitely the younger audience is more prone to use their phone than middle age to an elderly audience, which that demographic is just not comfortable using a phone the way that younger generations are. So this is a great approach. But again, it's got to be a configurator, right? So you're taking your features. Now, maybe you can design the interface if you choose to move forward with this concept. You can design the interface to be the configurator, and then you can take it from there, right? Now, I just want to mention, just for the sake of clarity, apt to rent or buy a vehicle. Renting a vehicle that is referred to as leasing. Of course, you know that, right? So I just want to just make sure that that's specifically clear. So you're leasing or buying a vehicle. So everything is done on the phone, like this example. So you configure the car, you do everything that you do in this example on the phone, right? But then again, we still have that got to get to that dealership to drive that model. I don't think anybody in their right mind is going to spend 30, 40, $50,000 on a car without test driving at least a comparable model, right? So again, so the configurator and then the ability to purchase, and maybe even the ability to schedule a test drive at a dealership that has a model in stock that's similar to the model that you've ordered. Okay, I'm sorry, the model you've configured. Okay, so again, really fantastic work. Just a couple of little tweaks here and there, but good presentation, outstanding, great sketches showing intent beautifully. So all is well. Great job. Thank you very much.